Our sixth contestant is Ritesh. Indian economy at crossroads and roadmap for FY 2021 and 21-22. Indian economy at crossroads and roadmap for FY 2021 and 21 to 22. Ritesh.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, bonjour, guten morgen, wherever you are. Respected Chief Judge, Contest Chair, and fellow test Toastmasters. The topic of today's subject is Indian economy at crossroads and the roadmap for FY 2021. So we are in this period of lockdown for almost a month plus now, more than a month plus. What does it all mean for us? Right now, the world economy has contracted by around 5 to 6%. US has contracted by around the same there. India is having negative growth outlooks in terms of World Bank projecting it to be 1.9%, just IMF projecting it to be around 1.5 to 2.8%. Similarly, certain rating agencies are giving those outlook to the extreme of Barclays projecting to 0%. That means a loss of around $234 billion from Indian economy, which is approximately around 17.38 lakh crores. What does it mean for us? Translated into rupee figures across our almost 1.4 crore, 140 crore population, it's around 11,986 rupees per capita. That is the scale of economic loss we are facing. What is the way out for this? I would basically, we have to come out with a crisis management plan in there and get out of this lockdown situation as soon as possible by early next month. Otherwise, the repercussions would be critical. In terms of, I was just hearing CNBC today, and there was discussion of senior BSE officials, and what they were saying is US and Europe economy, they are running by borrowed debts. There is 80 to 90 trillion dollars of debt, and they are not going to pay it in near future, and rating agencies are covering it up. That is what is going on in there. So these are the basically the negative. What's out of this? What are the positives which can emerge out of it? There is a very good opportunity area. So there are 5 broad areas which we should focus on in terms of getting the improvement back. So first of all, our farming is pretty much deshackled, and it's deshackled in the same way the industry was. The farming was is shackled in the same way our industry was shackled with license permit Raj till 1991. Our farm, it's not economically sustainable for farming. They are not getting the market produce. So it's time we get away from APMC mandis and all, have online exchanges where farmers are able to discover the market price rather than giving a MSP decided by the government in there. And you are having instances like in Nasik a few days back, grape farmers were putting their farm produce in gutter because they are not getting the right produce. It's below the market price, below their cost price. They are getting the price in the market, and they're not going to sell it in there. So have that kind of online exchanges where farmers are able to discover the price. Secondly, we have had through the 90s and 2000 a good time in the IT sector, especially in the service sector. Now it's time we get the muscle to digital India, and based on that muscle, the Make in India program needs to come in a big way to take the opportunity of the jobs which are migrating from China in there. Right now, all the major economies, US, Europe, APAC and all, they are now doing their risk management in terms, and the disruption in the supply chain which has happened. Now they are going to have the risk management, and there are emerging economies like India have got a good opportunity. So it needs that kind of infrastructure in there. So farming, that's number one. Number two, Make in India powered by Digital India program needs to come in a big way. Third is our quality has to be about education and health. The discussion for any of the re-elections and all have to be positive in terms of discussing on health and education rather than religious and having those daily debates which do not add anything to us in terms of our quality and cost of living. We have to move away from GDP growth centered on 5 metro cities to the grassroots, to Panchayati Raj. We had National Panchayati Raj Day yesterday. What does it mean? So the grassroots have to become self-sufficient the way Mahatma Gandhi had imagined, that all our villages need to be self-sufficient, and that is how basically the grassroots democracy will happen. The villagers and poor people need not have to migrate to cities, and that is having a tremendous cost in terms of environment, health, pollution, because all the resources which are scarce, we are getting daily tens and thousands of people migrating still because they can't get jobs or have credible employment opportunities in their city, in their towns and villages. So we got to go to that. The infrastructure part has to be there. And most importantly, for having a good market economy, you need to have universal social security, healthcare, and education up to basic level. So this Ayushman Bharat, it should not be just for 10 crore families. It needs to be for everyone. We have to adopt the model of the Scandinavian economy, which are the highest in the HDI in the world, not US, not UK or Australia. It's Finland, Norway, Sweden. These are the places nearby Bhutan. These are the places where the happiest people live. So we got to have that model of universal social security, healthcare, and all in there. So that is how I'll sum it up on my speech. Thank you for the opportunity and have a good day.